Hello everyone, this is Paul bringing you another VXintegrity video. In this example, we'll take a look at analyzing a corroded flat surface using the Pit Gage Analysis of the Surface Damage Suite. Let's get started. Now in this example, I will set these values to 1 and 0.5 for the critical factor and threshold. If you set them to larger values, you'll end up filtering out more of the shallower features. So I want to make sure to capture as much of the corrosion as possible, so that's why I'm dropping down these values a bit to 1.5 and 0.5. I will leave the color map as is, and now for the rejection criterion, I'm going to add a deepest point at 3 millimeters. So anything that's deeper than 3 millimeters will be flagged as a fail. Now this step here is very optional, but I'm going to go ahead and add a reference line as such. In this step, the software already pre-selects some of the areas like the sides or the edges and also some of the high points, but notice it's missed a few. Now I'm going to intentionally leave these unselected, and we're going to see what happens later on in the analysis section. So let's proceed to the next step now. Okay, so here we see a preview of the pit gauge. Make sure the pit gauge is long enough to span across the longest corrosion pit. Okay, so it has to be long enough to go across all the corrosion there. So let's skip the analysis preview and we'll go straight to the analysis. And notice here we end up with several features. Some of them are combined in one big box. And notice here those high points, they end up creating those streak patterns, and that's because the pit gauge is sitting on top of the high point. So that's why you want to make sure to exclude those areas. So I'm going to go ahead back in the exclude area step, and I'm going to go ahead and select those. Okay, so once I do that and rerun the analysis, we should not see those streaks anymore in the color map. So let's go and take a look at what it looks like. There we go. So it's quite a bit better. Notice there's a few damages that are failing that are beyond the 3 millimeter mark. These ones that are combined at the top left, you can choose to separate them out by reducing the value of the interaction criteria here. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop us a like and consider subscribing to our Creaform channel. This was Paul, and I'll see you in the next video.